Hi everyone, it's Jeff from Mitosu Crafts. Thank you for joining me today for the Global Stampin video hub with the theme of card making with pretty pattern papers. Today I'll be using the Fitting Florets Design Series paper 3 by 6 inches, or that is 7.6 by 15.2 centimeters, but you can use whatever DSP you have in your stash. Pairing that up with the frame florets bundle. So you have the stamp set here. I'll be using that long image there as well as the sentiment, and die cutting the flourish from the frame florets dies, as well as the stylish shapes dies. I'll be using the two smallest square dies. I'll be using the Very Vanilla note card. So this one, when it's folded, it is 3.5 by 5 inches or 8.9 by 12.7. So that is a folded card. And it has a matching envelope that's about 1/8 of an inch or 3 millimeters bigger than the card itself. Okay, you also need brushed metallic cardstock. This one is 1 3/4 square, or that's 4.5 centimeters square, as well as some offcut of Blushing Bride just for die cutting the flourishes. We'll start off with the note card, and I'm gonna cut that down to 5/8 of an inch or 1.6 centimeters on the long, or I guess short edge if it's unfolded, and then at 3 inches or 7.6 centimeters. There you go. So we actually have 3 different panels here. Whilst we're here, fold the smallest one in half and score the folded spine at 1/2 inch. And on one end, score at 3/8 of an inch or 1 centimeters. So this will be our stand. We're gonna create a mountain fold, so up on there, and this small tab here, we're just gonna go like that. With the envelope, we're gonna mark at 1 inch on each side or 2.5 centimeters. So align that up and just mark it on the top there, on the other side as well. So you have 2 marks, and what we're going to do is we're going to create a diagonal score line on both sides. So line up your mark on the track and then on the corner at the bottom there. So just score that, really put a bit of pressure on there, and then do the same for the other side. Line up the mark in the corner, score, putting a bit of pressure. We're going to die cut the brushed metallic cardstock with the 2 smallest square stylish shapes, and use a sticky note just to keep that in place. Okay, and also die cut the flourish twice in Blushing Bride. We're independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrators based in the UK, so if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, Netherlands, Belgium, or Ireland, you'll be able to purchase current Stampin' Up! Products from our online shop. Do use the current host code, which can be found on our website at mitosocrafts.com, to receive a handmade card from us the following month, or any extra gifts if your order qualifies. So we have 3 squares and 2 flourishes there. So cut the DSP at 5/1/8 of an inch or 13 centimeters. For the envelope, you need to fold the 2 diagonal lines on each side. So you can fold it back and then fold it towards you, and do the same for the other side. Fold it back and then towards you. And then we'll open up the card and actually press in the corners. Okay, so those score lines that we've just done, use your bone folder just to make sure that that is in and straight. And that is now done. Do the same for the other side. Let's fold that in. Use a bone folder just to insert that in. And there we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the DSP onto the bottom section. Okay. You will see that there's a bit of the envelope showing on the top. You can cover it completely by using 3/1/8 of an inch DSP, or that is 8 centimeters. But I thought doing it with 3/6 will be better, so you can get a lot more for your DSP. Now I'm just going to align the corner to corner and making sure that my edges are straight at the bottom. There we go. And then we're going to cut using snips. Along the sides. And then on the other side as well. So use the edge of the envelope to cut off the DSP. And there we have it. Now you can keep it like that, or you can cut the flap sides. So what you can do is cut, again using the score lines as a guide. You can cut those corners. And I'll just make the flap a lot more easier to close, and it doesn't give it extra height. There we go. So we now have that like so. So before we finish that envelope off, we're going to use the offcuts for our tag and card. So I'll be using the long stamp and Celebrate and Sahara Sand. So I'm going to ink up the stamp and then stamp off, and then on the card. So it just gives it a hint on there. We're gonna add the DSP, so you can choose which side you'd prefer, but because I'm gonna add Blushing Bright die cut, I'm just gonna add that onto like so to match. So add that on. And we'll add the gold metallic with dimensionals. Align that up there and add glue to. So place this up where you want it and just take note of where you need to add glue. So I'm just gonna add glue to those areas. And that's just gonna get added on like so. For the sentiment, I've just got a strip of Very Vanilla card, and I'm just gonna use Celebrate, stamp that down in Sahara Sand, and just cut that in. And that's just gonna get added onto the bottom there. So we'll add dimensionals on one side, and glue on the other side. You can also embellish that. I've got the red and green adhesive back pearls here. So just use gold. And that's our card done. So a simple note card. For the tag, we're gonna use the triangular offcuts. So just add glue to the back. And stick that down in the corner, bottom corner. And you can also use the other one on the inside. And bring in your trimmer and just score where that ends. So you have a place to put in your hole, and you could also have that open up like that. So I'm gonna add glue to that flap and stick that down. And I'm just gonna eyeball where the hole is. Now I've got an 1/8 of an inch hole puncher here. So just use whatever hole puncher you have. And I'm gonna add crinkle seam binding ribbon. Crinkled seam binding ribbon. Fold it in half. And I'm gonna add linen thread as well, just to create a bow. So you can insert it through if you prefer, or just stick it down with mini glue dot. So it's probably be easier with the mini glue dot. And we're gonna use this outer square to add some details onto here. So add glue, stick it down, and we're just following the DSP. Cut off the excess, and you can add some more. And then we're gonna add the die cut, and just cut that down and add glue. Finally, we're gonna finish up our envelope to house both these card and tag. So at the back, remember this one? So we're gonna add glue to that small tab on the top. Just make sure that you fold both this down like so. Use your bone folder actually. And this is going to be the stand. So where your folded score line is, that's going to be towards you, and you can add glue to all of this back side. And just eyeball it, or you can measure it. I'm just going to eyeball it. We're going to stamp some detailing on the front. So again, using the same stamp and stamp off technique. So Sahara sand. Just stamp off. And also just use something there. And finally, we're going to add dimensionals on the two corners along the bottom there. Place that in the middle, just kind of like halfway. Just make sure that your dimensional isn't hitting the flap. Eyeball it. Open the flap and add in your card at the front, and then the tag inside, and then close it back up. And it still stands up. There you go. And here's another version using the Texture Chic DSP with brushed metallic cardstock. Again, using the same layout, but using the DSP as an inspiration for the color combination. I hope you enjoyed these card making projects using pretty pattern papers. Check out the description below for the product links, as well as the next video link in the hop. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time, bye!